In this video, I will show you how to start a new project in Ecdesign. I've started up my Ecdesign and this is the start menu that automatically appears. To start a new project, simply click on the new project icon. Here we see the next menu which automatically appears. It's called the project menu. We're going to go through 3 simple steps here. We're going to select the project name. That would be basically your customer's name or any type of name that would fit this project. I will call this sample. Below is the default location where the files will be saved, but you can click the browse button and select a different location where you would like to save your projects. I will keep this. The second step is to select the project type. There are 2 different ways of creating a project. You can start from scratch using the empty project option. That means I will create a floor plan based on the grid as my help. The second option is from drawing. That means I can upload an existing PDF or JPEG drawing and use as a template. So for instance, if you have a customer that provides you with a floor plan in a PDF, you can import that, scale it, and use it as a template. We will cover this in a later lesson. For now, we're going to select empty project. The third step is the project settings. Basically setting the defaults of this project. I'm going to use meter, but you can also select feet. Then we have the default wall thickness and ceiling height. This is just to get you started. I can select 5 meters now, for instance, in ceiling height. And when I create my floor plan, each room will have 5 meters as the default ceiling height. You can, of course, later on change and have individual ceiling heights, individual wall thicknesses as you'd like. This is just to help you get started with your project. Then you can choose if you want to use a baseboard in each room or not. And you do that by clicking on the show baseboard option. To my right, I have the materials, basically the colors and textures that you will use for the walls, the ceilings, and the floors. And this is also just a default. So once you select, for instance, wallpaper, which I'm going to do very soon, we'll go in and select the color or texture that will be placed on each wall in my project. Later on, we can customize to have different colors in a room or different colors on each individual wall, for example. This is just to get you started. I'm going to select wallpaper, and I'll see a material selector menu here where I can choose from different predefined wall materials. There is an option to add custom materials like uploading your own textures, but we're going to cover that in a later class. You can also select color, which is basic. Here are the colors I've been using recently, but I can click on choose color and create my own new color using the Windows color scheme and click OK to make that selection. For this project, I'm going to select one of the colors I've used earlier. So I'm going to use an off-white color here and click Use. The next step is ceiling. So I click on the ceiling button, and we have a standard library here of ceilings with built-in lights. But I can also in here select a custom material, texture, and use for the ceilings, or use a basic color. But I'm going to use one of the standard ones. A white ceiling with a square light built in. And finally, the floor menu. Same thing here. You have a list of predefined ones that you can select. You can also use the color or use the custom one, which we'll show later. I'm going to select tiles for this floor plan. And I select by clicking on one of the thumbnails, and it will turn blue. Blue is the activation color in Ecdesign. And then finalize by clicking Use. This is all the steps I go through in the project menu. To start my project, I click on the Create Project button.